Okay, so today we are going to be talking about classifying angles, and this is chapter 14, lesson 4. In the last chapter, we just talked about turns, a half a turn, a quarter turn, a full turn, but we're going to be, in this lesson, we're going to be getting a little bit more precise and using more precise vocabulary for those turns. So like yesterday, we just kind of called everything an angle. It is an angle. And we just talked about, like I said earlier, quarter turn, half turn, full turn. And we're just going to be getting a little bit more precise with that today. So let's look at what it says right here. Angles can be measured in a more precise way than turns. The unit used to measure an angle is called a degree. A circle is made up of 360 degrees. You're going to learn a little bit more about that later, and we'll get into protractors in the next lesson, I think. So this would be a circle. If we counted, there's tiny little 1 degrees all around here. And if each degree was added up to a circle, we would get 360 of them. An angle that turns through 1/360th of a circle is called a 1 degree angle. That means that 360 1-degree angles sharing the same endpoint make a circle. The angle below turns through 3 1-degree angles, so it measures 3 degrees because each one of these is an angle. And if we look here, this would be 1 degree, so each one of these is 1 degree. If we went all the way around, it would equal 360. So let's look at this right here. Example 1. David waits by the crosswalk sign on his way to school. The angle outlined on the sign turns through 50 1-degree angles. Find the measure of the angle. Okay, so the angle turns through 50 1-degree angles. So if we have 50 1-degree angles, that means that 50 1-degree angles sharing the same endpoint make the angle. So if we added them all up and they all share the same endpoint, the answer to this would be, so the angle has a measure of 1 times 50 basically, because there's 50 of them. It would be a 50-degree angle. And that little circle right there means degree. Okay? So let's look at the other side. So once again, this is one of our key concepts. This chapter has a ton of vocabulary. It's really important that you tab these pages or you keep your little vocab cards close so you can look at them as you're going through the lessons. This is more precise vocabulary rather than just a quarter turn, half turn. Angles can be classified as right, acute, or obtuse. A right angle measures 90 degrees. And whenever you can make this little box here, that's exactly like this. This is a 90-degree angle. And a right angle always measures 90 degrees. So if you have your vocab, you could really just add 90 degrees here. And you're always going to be able to make that little kind of square right there. That means right angle. So if you ever see this and it has a square on there, it's a right angle. An acute angle measures greater than 0 and less than 90. So it's smaller than a right angle. So it's smaller than 90 degrees. It's right here. I like to say it's a cute little angle. And it just kind of reminds me that if I say a cute little angle, I can remember that that is smaller than a right angle. That's kind of how I do it. So a cute little angle is smaller than a right angle. And then we have our obtuse angle, which measures greater than 90 but less than 180. Remember, 180 is half a circle, so that's the straight line that ends up with a straight line. That's a half a circle. So an obtuse is greater than a right angle but smaller than a 180-degree angle. And if you think of, I always kind of say like, obtuse is maybe it's kind of an obese, kind of a fat angle. So I say an obtuse angle is greater than a right angle. It's obtuse. It's kind of obese. it's not as cute as the little acute angle. That's how I remember it. So let's look at example 2. Classify the angle as right, acute, or obtuse. The angle is 90 degrees, and it has this right here, so we know that it is a right angle. Example 3. Classify the angle as right, acute, or obtuse. The angle is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180, so we know that it is an obtuse angle because it is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180. So I'll just go ahead and do maybe number 1 here with you. The angle shown right here turns through 94 1-degree angles. Find the measure of the angle. Well, if we have 94 1-degree angles, here's 1 degree, and if we counted 94 of them, we would have a 94-degree angle. Okay? Go ahead and do this one with your teacher, but think a cute little angle, a right angle, or a big obtuse angle. Have fun.